Welcome to Chapter 6, Parents and Families. This chapter focuses on some of the parent and family factors that contribute to increased risk of substance use disorders in the children. You will read about the problems that can occur as a result of poor early parent-child attachment with infants and children. You will read about the definition of shame and describe its impact at different points in the person's life. You will be able to identify the differences between shame and guilt. A child's development is often impaired as a result of inadequate nurturing, lack of bonding, and poor attachment during infancy and early childhood. A variety of conditions may take the parents from the child, for example, death of a parent away at war, divorce, illness, mental health issues, criminal justice problems, family problems, job relocation, for example, in the military, financial problems, and so on. Certainly, the parent's alcoholism and drug addiction also make the parent either unavailable or inconsistent in the quality of the parent-child relationship. As an antidote to trauma bonding, you will need health bonds. A young child needs nurturing and connection with a caring parent, and sometimes that is a parent figure. These are the impacts of early abandonment. The definition of temperament is the behavioral characteristic that is present at birth and during infancy of a human being. One would think that adopted children would thrive, considering all the benefits of being adopted into a family. However, adopted children are at risk for many problems, including substance abuse, in adolescence and adulthood. A supportive parent with a healthy relationship with her or his child is less likely to have a child who gets involved with alcohol and drugs. The goal of parenting is to develop a high level of parental support and a moderate level of parental control. The availability of the parents is extremely important in the child's development, as is the quality of the parent-child relationship. Frequently, the parents think if they just spend enough time with the child, then that's good and good enough. However, it is the quality of the parent-child relationship that is the essential ingredient. Making a genuine heart-to-heart connection is at the core of a good parent-child relationship. Shame is a deep-rooted feeling, often a result of traumatic childhood experiences that are excessively shaming. For example, sexual, physical, and emotional shame. These traumatic childhood experiences are also known as adverse childhood experience, ACE, or ACEs. Much research has been done on the ACEs and the effects on individual throughout adulthood. For more information on ACEs, see the Files menu under Handouts under Chapter 10. Growing up in an alcoholic or addict family system or an imbalanced family system creates a foundation of shame. Additional feelings of shame may be perpetrated by the peers, the school system, other institutions, and other authority figures in the child's life. These shame-based messages are internalized by the children. The result is a vicious pattern of feelings and behavior which perpetrates the feelings of shame. Here are the definitions of clear boundaries and enmeshed boundaries within a family system. And finally, another definition of disengaged boundaries within a family system. Other boundaries include ambiguous, overly rigid, and invasive. You may have heard of the word triangulation. The destructive nature of triangles is that the parent-child dyad or alliance is established at the expense of the peripheral parent. Compassion is the practice of recognizing and understanding others' suffering as well as one's own. Being self-compassionate means not personalizing or being overreactive to difficulties and suffering. Compassion is the core of mindfulness. The goal of compassion is to help establish safety and trust in relationships. One way to counter shame and anger is to teach and model compassion for self and others.